Most people settle for a life they tolerate instead of one they love. But what if staying stuck costs you your dreams? And what if you could break free? Stick around and I'll share with you the blueprint that took me from just another face to a thriving entrepreneur. And I'll show you how to create a life of purpose, freedom, and balance. Hey everyone, Mallentino here, and I've been a model since I was 16, working with billion-dollar brands like Lululemon, Walmart, Nike, and others. An entrepreneur who's built multiple businesses. And I've learned that success is so much more than just looks or money. Stay with me now. At the age of 19, I started my journey in real estate while obtaining my biomed degree. But since then, I've built a 6-figure business while working with one of the biggest AI companies. And while doing that, I discovered 5 strategies that can truly transform your life. I've spent years perfecting systems to balance it all while staying healthy, productive, and grounded. But here's the thing, none of these came overnight or by some magic formula. It came from hard-learned lessons, countless failures, and commitment to continuous growth. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down the 5 powerful principles that have completely reshaped my life. These aren't just tips, they're transformative and actionable strategies that can help you unlock your full potential. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur, a creative professional, or someone hungry for more out of life, you're in the right place. By the end of this video, you have the blueprint for designing a life that's not just successful, but meaningful. So without further ado, let's get started with the first lesson. You have to build a life worth living. Or better put, design an integrated life with purpose, alignment, and intentionality. For me, it's never been about choosing just one path. It's about integrating multiple passions and aspects of myself that feels authentic and purposeful. From modeling, running a business, etc., my journey has been about creating balance while staying true and aligning with my core values. And you can do this in 3 steps by 1, embracing multiple passions. Life isn't about fitting into one predefined box because chances are you have different interests like art, business, sports, activism, nature, and so on. I know for me, my different interests fills different parts of myself. You don't have to just pick one lane. You can embrace them all or at least aspects of all of them. The key is find a way to integrate them and make them work seamlessly. And to do that, you need 2, intentionally aligning your purpose and actions with your core values. Success starts with knowing what your true values are. For me, that's creativity, impact, and freedom. Every decision I make in my ventures is aligned in some way with those core values. When your actions reflect what matters to you most, fulfillment naturally flows. And this is how you can do that. 3, creating your own definition of success. Your success isn't hinged on what society or the world tells you it should be. It's about crafting a life that feels right for you. My version of success isn't your version of success, and your version of success isn't my version of success. It's not supposed to be. It's about living intentionally and designing a life that integrates your own purpose, unique style, and core values. The key takeaway here is don't let anyone tell you pursuing multiple interests is impossible. Remember, your life is a canvas and you're the artist. Every decision you make is a brushstroke that brings you closer to your masterpiece. Success isn't about working harder or smarter. I've learned over the years that doesn't matter. It's really about designing a life that you love. Now let's dive into something equally as important. Lesson 2. Prioritize holistic health. Health isn't just about looking good. It's about feeling well and being able to show up for yourself at 100%. Now, health and wellness has always been a big part of my life, but as a model, I unintentionally focused more on my looks and neglected other parts of my health. I started getting sick more often than usual because I wasn't listening to my body. Over time, I've realized that true wellness is so much more. It's about mental clarity, emotional balance, and even spiritual alignment. When you prioritize your whole well-being, every area of your life improves. I learned this the hard way. I wasn't sleeping enough, I was overworking myself, and eventually it caught up with me. My mental and emotional health were great, but my body was struggling to keep up with the intense workload. And that was my wake-up call. I had to face a hard truth. I'm not gonna be in my early 20s forever. The choices we make today, whether how we eat, how we sleep, and handle stress, will reward us or haunt us in 10 to 20 years. You have to start asking yourself, what would your future self thank you for? And this question changed how I approached my health completely. It's something we all need to think about because you can take steps to set up your future self for success. Here is my transformative story. I made a commitment to myself recently, not just to lose weight for aesthetics, but to elevate my quality of life. Dropping weight taught me so much about my mental clarity and holistic health. Because when you prioritize your body, everything changes. Your mind sharpens, your decisions improve, and your overall well-being soars. If you're curious about how I achieved this transformation, I've put together a free guide sharing my exact approach. Head to the description below. You won't want to miss this opportunity to take your first steps towards a better you. Lesson 3. Master productivity with data-driven decisions. Productivity isn't about working more hours. It's about creating systems and leveraging the power of data to save time and improve your well-being. Not doing this will potentially waste your life. Not fully, but not doing this will leave you stuck in a cycle of inefficiency. For some context, while I was in my third year at university, I interned for a little company called McCain as a Salesforce admin. If you don't know what McCain is, they're a multi-billion-dollar food company found in Canada. And if you don't know what Salesforce is, then what are you doing here? I'm joking. They are the biggest SaaS CRM company in the world. Needless to say, I was really excited for this role, and it taught me what I'm going to teach you right now. The value of being data-driven when making decisions. At first, I limited to my more professional settings, evaluating the company's KPIs, and later analyzing the real estate market. But then I thought, what if I applied this to my personal life? And this changed everything. I started being more aware and collecting data on what I ate and my moods after, what activities I engaged in and how it contributed to my goals, who I spent time with, were they draining or enriching my life, and how I felt afterwards. Using this information to make informed decisions about my time and energy. This experiment didn't just improve my health, productivity, and business. It helped me identify the habits that led to success in my everyday life. It made me realize after 3 years that my best days are when I wake up at 5 a.m. and go to gym after a good night's rest, which revolutionized my health. For instance, during my weight loss journey, I tracked my calories, my exercise routine, how much calories I was burning, and even my sleep quality. The results were clear. Consistency and strategy led to sustainable change because with these data points, it wasn't a guessing game anymore. It was about knowing. Even in my business, I saw exponential growth when I started analyzing which client projects and strategies had generated the highest return. Then I just doubled down on what worked. This approach helped me hit my first multi-5-figure month, and from there it became a system I could replicate. Data removes most of the guesswork and shows you where to focus your efforts to maximize results. So track, plan, and let data guide your life. But if you're going to use data to master productivity, you need lesson 4. Consistent discipline beats motivation and instant gratification. Let me ask you something. How often do you wait for motivation before you get started on something important? Because I have, and sometimes I still do. Maybe hitting the gym, following through on a project, or sticking to your commitments. Motivation won't always be there, but discipline will. Earlier in my modeling career, I wanted to quit more times than you could possibly understand. Balancing uni, early morning shoots, and the pressure to succeed made it tempting to walk away. But I stuck with it. And every single time I chose to show up, even when I didn't feel like it, unknowingly, I was building something bigger than what I could see at the time. Consistency isn't about showing up though. It's about showing up when it's hard, inconvenient, or even boring. That's what creates momentum, and momentum builds results. Whether it's maintaining peak fitness for a shoot or closing deals in real estate, it comes down to one thing: staying consistent and disciplined. It's the same in business. Following up with real estate clients consistently might not yield immediate results, but over time, it builds trust and opens doors. The truth is, instant gratification might feel good, instantly, but it's often the enemy of long-term growth. Lesson 5. Expand your perspective through experiences. Finally, let's talk about one of the most transformative lessons I've learned: the ability to change or broaden your perspective. One thing I'm sure of is growth doesn't come from staying in your comfort zone, because nothing changes if nothing changes. It comes from stepping outside the box and embracing diverse experiences that enables you to change your perspective. For me, I mainly do this 3 ways. Utilizing travel as a transformative tool. Travel has been my greatest teacher. It's not just about seeing beautiful places, it's about fundamentally reshaping how you think and live. Immersing yourself in a different place shows you how interconnected we are, while opening your eyes to the privileges and assumptions you might take for granted. For example, during my recent trip to Colombia, Medellin, I learned how deeply gratitude and community are embedded in their culture. It made me reflect on the values I hold and how I want to truly live my life. Number 2 is network expansion and adaptability. Your network is your net worth. I know you heard that a million times, but it's true. Surrounding yourself with ambitious, diverse individuals challenges your thinking and unlocks new opportunities, which allows you to adapt. Adaptability is your superpower. Whether you're navigating new professional circles or expanding your horizon through networking, it's really important to be able to adapt and pivot when need be. In my experience, networking with professionals in different sectors, in different industries, has been extremely rewarding for me. And I think it's one of those things you absolutely need in order to just change your perspective. Number 3 here is always be a student. The ability to consistently learn, no matter how much of an expert you are in one field, could quite literally change everything. I do this currently in my career through real estate, through tech, or any of the AI products I'm currently learning. I am never an expert because I always feel behind, because I'm always a student. In my travels, learning has been probably the number one thing, and it really changes everything. The takeaway from this is basically the more you experience, the more you grow. Whether it's through traveling, building a diverse network, or simply stepping outside your comfort zone, each experience adds to your growth. Adaptability and broadened perspectives are important keys to unlocking your full potential. Success isn't just about what you achieve, it's about how you see and shape the world around you. If any of these 5 lessons resonated with you today, go down in the description, join our newsletter, subscribe if you feel like. Mallentino, out.